So we decided that we are going to wait for the number plate. And for the 2 weeks that the car has been in Mombasa waiting for the number plate, I have received some photos and some things have been stolen. And that is very sad. In as much as it is a small thing, but I am planning to, to investigate that case further. If the things have been removed and, put inside the car, or they have actually been stolen, literally. So hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today we want to discuss about a vehicle that I am going to collect tomorrow or Saturday from the carrier. Yeah, so the carrier has already given me their schedule that the car is arriving in Nairobi on Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. So if the carrier arrives in Nairobi before 6 p.m., then we will be able to offload the car. But if the carrier arrives after 6 p.m., we cannot offload until Saturday morning. So this car that has arrived is a Toyota Paso, a model of 2018. It is for a guy who saw me online, and he decided that I will be the one helping him to bring the car. So I'm very, very happy that my second car from Japan is arriving tomorrow, and I will bring a video about it when I'll be going there to collect it. So the first one that I brought was a CX-5 Mazda, and this second one is a Toyota Paso 2018 model. And this guy got this car at around 830,000, everything delivered to Nairobi. So you can imagine how much Paso selling in Nairobi. And the guy intends to use this car for Uber, and he will not be around when I'll be collecting the car. So that is, one thing that I love about trust. So this gentleman, and I hope that one day I will bring him on this channel. He's actually outside the country. So when he saw my content around vehicle importation and how I can advise you on how to bring your car, he actually trusted me with everything about his car. So he is outside the country, and he will be returning to Kenya towards 20th of December. So he told me that the car, once it arrives in Nairobi, I should go there and collect it, and then keep it on my compound until he is back. So I love that kind of trust, and I think a lot of people in Kenya are ready to trust one another, but people who get trusted normally, can waste that opportunity and betray that trust. So I don't take it for granted that someone outside the country can send you hundreds of thousands of shillings. You pay for them a car worth around 830,000, and then they trust you to take care of that car until they return. That is a kind of, how can I say, trust that I have never seen before. I've never seen someone trust me just from nowhere, because people who have trusted me either are my employer or are colleagues at work or family members. But someone just seeing you online, just from your videos, people you have even never met, and trusting you with those huge responsibilities, for me, I take it as a very, very big honor. And of course, I'm very, very happy to support him, because he's a guy who is very humble. He's a guy who is very polite, and we have actually become friends. And I hope that the day he will be arriving from his stay abroad, I will go and pick him from the airport together with his family, and welcome him to pick his car. So this weekend, I think on Saturday 29th, early in the morning, I will go and pick that car from the carrier or from the showroom where they normally drop the cars. So the carrier that I normally use, if you are not there when they are arriving, they will offload the car and drop it in a showroom where they have other vehicles, where they have partnered with other guys who sell their vehicles in a showroom. So if you are not there, they offload the car and how can I say, park it in the showroom until you are available to pick it. So I'm not worried if I'll be at work or if it will be at night. They will offload, and then I'll go and pick it. But if they happen to arrive on a Saturday, then that is even much better for me because I can be available to go there and shoot that video. So I will show you the whole process. But one thing that happened with this parcel is that we decided that we will wait for the number plate. You remember the last time I brought the Mazda CX-5, I brought it without a number plate. I brought it without a number plate. So I brought it quite fast. So immediately it arrived in the port of Mombasa, we did the clearance, we paid the duty, and the next day it started its journey to Nairobi with a carrier. But this other one, because I told you the guys outside the country, we were not in a hurry. So we decided that we are going to wait for the number plate. And for the 2 weeks that the car has been in Mombasa waiting for the number plate, I have received some photos and some things have been stolen. And that is very sad. In as much as it is a small thing, but I am planning to, to investigate that case further. If the things have been removed and, put inside the car, or they have actually been stolen literally, because I saw that the front toe hole cover is not there. Okay, the front toe hole cover is not there, and the wheel caps. But I hope that the wheel caps are inside the car, because the photo that I received is that they had removed the wheel caps and packed them inside the boot. But the toe hole cover is literally not there. And I hope that it had been removed and maybe packed inside the boot as well. So that is something that worries me a bit. But we will cross the bridge when we get there. But one thing I am coming to learn around the anxiety we have suffered for the 2 weeks that the car has been in Mombasa waiting for the number plate. You better just bring your car without the plates, and you know what, you bring it without the plates and wait for those number plates where the car is parked around your compound, because the process of clearing can be very, very fast. Actually, my CX-5 arrived like yesterday, and by today it was out of the port yard. So it can be very fast. But if you want to wait for the number plates, it's something that I wouldn't really recommend. And this is not to mean that the port is not safe. It doesn't mean that things get stolen, but we have had a lot of anxiety because you get some photos today, you get some photos tomorrow, something has been removed. I've told you that the wheel caps, I was told that they are inside the boot, but I would love to see them on the wheels. I don't want them to be removed and put into the boot, because in that process they could be exchanged with others maybe that are not uniform, because those wheel caps can be uniform even if all of them are from Toyota, but there are those that resemble each other, there are others that don't resemble. Just like the tires, you might find that you have a different type of tire, how can I say, wear and tear from all the wheels, and maybe from different brands. What you want is uniformity. You want to have uniform tires on the front, on the rear. You also want to have uniformity in branding. So in between those exchange whereby wheel caps are removed and put in the boot, you might find that those wheel caps could be exchanged with somebody else who wanted yours more than theirs. So my advice to other cars that are arriving, and those I've told you, a lot of people have trusted me, and I've guided them on how to bring the cars. So when those cars arrive, my first thing would be to tell the owners to make sure that their cars get a priority treatment from our clearing agent. Sometimes these clearing agents, you need to motivate them. You can give the guy in charge, let's say 1,000. That's not a bribe, but it's something that just to make them prioritize your car because you want it out of the yard faster than others. Otherwise, if you don't tell them that your car is a priority, then they will even start attending to those cars that will wait for the number plate before yours. But if somebody's car is waiting for the number plate, to be honest, there is no urgency to attend to that car. But if you want it out as soon as possible, then you can tell them to prioritize your car faster. So keep it here on Saturday. Hopefully we shall be shooting that video and show you around that Paso that the guy got a very good deal. I'll give you the specs, I'll tell you about the mileage, I will tell you the grade, I will show you around, and then when the guy arrives, he will come and give you his own testimony. But I know he is watching me from wherever he is, but he has become a brother, he has become a friend, because I have never seen someone trust me with so much money. To be honest, unless it's your brother from another mother, Nobody can just trust you with such amount of money just like that. And I feel a lot of responsibility, when someone trusts you like that, and you don't want really to fail them. And I was telling them, if those wheel caps get stolen or they get swapped or we are unable to trace the toe hole covers, I will take the responsibility. Of course, it's not my responsibility to assure safety of his car, but I told him we can cost share and maybe also support him, because he is just a guy trying to to grow his finances and grow his life and those kind of stuff. But also you need to know that responsibility for the transportation of your vehicle right from Japan, it will lie under the hands of various entities while your car transits from Japan all the way to where you collect it in Nairobi. So if you are buying from the auction, there is your auction agent who will be in charge of transporting that car from the auction houses all the way to the port. Once it is left at the port awaiting shipping, then it is the port that is responsible for it. Once it is loaded on the ship and it has started its way to Kenya, then the shipping company is responsible for that. Upon arrival in Mombasa, then it is offloaded. The responsibility passes on to maybe to the port authority, and from there, then if the car is cleared by KRA, then the responsibility passes on to your clearing agent, because he will be the one to drive the car outside of the port to either bring it to you to Nairobi or take it to the carrier. And then when your clearing agents drop the car to the carrier, the responsibility passes on to the carrier company, because they are the one now loading the car on their carrier and driving the carrier all the way from Mombasa to Nairobi. So of course you wouldn't expect maybe someone who is facilitating the process to take responsibility, but that's why I do these videos, to advise people on what I think they should do to minimize the risk of those vandalism of small items. But yeah, I'm told that Mombasa is very safe, and unless in very extreme cases you find things being swapped or stolen. So I just hope that the items of this car are in the boot, and then when it arrives, we'll definitely shoot a video. Thank you guys for keeping it here, and I look forward to continue engaging you on matters of car importation and taxi business. Cheers, and see you in my next video.